Thank you so much for joining us ahead of a bonus all-new episode of Weakest Link on a special night in honor of the vice presidential debate. It's been a blast watching so far, but what makes tonight's episode true must-see TV?
Well, the great thing is that if you're on the East Coast, you get a nice primer before you watch the debate. And if you're on the West Coast, after you watch the debate, you deserve a treat. And
Best of both worlds.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So you get to watch our show a half an hour after the debate ends. And good for you, and I hope you will.
Oh, I absolutely will. And you've said this show is an opportunity for you to channel your shadow or darker side.
Absolutely. Yeah, free at no cost, and I can get away with it. Basically, my job, though, is to steer the ship with the least amount of drama as possible and make the contestants relax so they know that it's taken care of, and all they have to do is come up with those little pieces of trivia that are banging around inside their brain for all these years while the clock is ticking. And then, of course, I get to make fun of them, shame them, and dismiss them round by round, which is probably the most fun.
Yeah, it's all in good fun, but is it as much fun as it looks, or does a little bit of guilt ever creep in after you drop an especially sick burn?
It does. You know, no, for the most 99.9% of the time, no. But there are a couple of people who just didn't deserve it, and I gave it to them. There were other people that deserved it. Last night, there was this wonderful girl named Rachel, and this other girl, this mean girl, Ariel, from my hometown of Chicago, she was awful to her. And Rachel was such a little doll. And so I had to dismiss Rachel, you know, and I did it, but I didn't like it. I wanted to dismiss Ariel. And of course, Ariel got to the final round, but she didn't win.
Yeah, it comes down to the votes.
It does. It comes down to the votes.
Yeah. So do you sometimes wish you could cut a little deeper than you do?
Well, I think I cut deep enough for me. Now, the wonderful thing about Ann Robinson, who was the original host, is she just did not walk any line. She crossed it. She started out on the other side of the line. She was a severe school marm, and you wanted so badly to satisfy her and make her like you. And of course, it was never going to happen.
Did you ever get a chance to meet her or speak with her?
No, I have not as of yet, but I look forward to the day, and I'm sure I will. I will make it happen.
How did you approach making her iconic catchphrase your own?
Well, you know, the biggest thing I did was not think about it and let it just happen organically. And luckily, what I had to focus on was learning the game very well to the point where I could host it. So we had 7 or 8 Zoom rehearsals with stand-in contestants. And, you know, the thing started, the first thing I did was learn the mechanics. And then once you learn the mechanics, you're free, you know, to add any smarm or snark or whatever. So that's it happened all quite organically.
You have a comedy background. Do you come up with these one-liners yourself on the spot, or are they banked, so to speak?
No. We come up, and I say we because my co-executive producer, Stuart, is always in my ear whispering terrible little tidbits. And sometimes I say, no, I can't say that because he's meaner than I am. And then other times I'm like, ooh, that's good. Yeah, so he helps me out. He's my even. I have a devil on this shoulder and an more evil devil on this shoulder.
Yes, it's good to strike that balance then.
Yes, yeah, the devil balance indeed.
Viewers watching are often shouting at their TVs when a contestant gets a seemingly easy question wrong. I do it too. Do you get frustrated too, or do you have a little more sympathy for what they're going through, given how much pressure there is on set and on camera?
I'm kind of unmoved. I'm just, I'm kind of agnostic about it. I have my job to do. Every once in a while, you know, I might go with well, that was a softball that you whiffed on. But for the most part, no, I'm just doing my job. I'm not favoring one over the other, except if someone's mean, like that girl last night.
Right. What's your favorite or most memorable answer so far? I think I might know what you're going to say.
Oh, well, I said earlier today that the most abundant element in the atmosphere is nitrogen, which surprised me. What did you think I was going to say?
I thought you were going to say Einstein.
Oh, Einsteinium. Yeah, I did not know that there was an element named Einsteinium, and there is. So that is the truth. That is the truth. That is the truth. There is such an element named after Einstein. And it's
so you're building up your own trivia knowledge as well. So
I love it. Trivia is one of my favorite things in the world. I love playing trivia games. I love the quiz shows, and I always have. as a kid, I loved the quiz shows on television like Password and Match Game and Hollywood Squares, and just loved them.
And please tell us a celebrity episode is at least being discussed. I know logistics are difficult at the moment, but maybe everyone could Zoom.
I don't think we can do this on Zoom, but we've got such a great set. We did it during COVID. We shot it during COVID, so everybody was safe. We had all these regulations. You couldn't even pass somebody in the hallway. So yeah, I think that would be a great idea, and I'm sure they'll do it. And I'm sure, you know, if we are lucky enough to get another season order, well, I'm sure there'll be some specials in there, some celebrity specials.
Who would be on your dream lineup?
Well, my favorite player on Hollywood Game Night was Yvette Nicole Brown. She's the smartest, fastest, most charming person I know. So, of course, I'd love to have her. And then, yeah, I don't know. I just do a plucking of great television shows because, you know, the movie people are probably too big to be on our show. But
we'll see.
We'll see. Maybe they'll be excited to work. Who knows?
Right. Now, given the timing for tonight's episode, I think the weakest link format could maybe work for a political debate too. Just putting it out there. I think people would tune in for that.
You know, they kind of do it now where they time them, but then nobody's paying attention. Well, one person wasn't paying attention to rules last time. I have a feeling that the debate tonight will be much more civilized and will follow the rules, but I still think it's going to be quite enlightening and hard-hitting.
Yes. Now, how does this compare to hosting a show like Hollywood Game Night? A little more intense, more pressure?
No, it's actually easier for me logistically. I stand in one spot the whole time, and it's one game that I know very well. When we did Hollywood Game Night, I would do in each show 4 or 5 different games, and I'm in charge of steering the ship for all these games. So it was just a lot more pressure to really be familiar with the games. But, you know, it's a quality problem. It was something that I've gotten pretty good at over the seasons, and but it is kind of almost relaxing and joyful to host the weakest link.
And, you know, answers are right or wrong.
Yeah, exactly. It's correct or incorrect. Then that's the easiest thing.
Well, fans have been talking on social media about how much they love what they see as a little bit of Sylvester back on screen. Is that just their projection of a character they love so much? Or were you thinking of her when crafting this persona?
Absolutely. You know, Sylvester, that part of me lives just below the surface. It's not as deep down as one would think. So I knew that, you know, Sylvester came from the part of me that is my shadow, my my irritable, non-compassionate, annoyed part of myself, and I just brought that out a little bit more. But I think I turned the heat down a little bit.
Well, when we can always turn the heat back up too.
Yeah, exactly. There are moments when, you know, I let her rip.
Nice. Well, we can't wait to see more, and we'll also see you next week at the Billboard Music Awards.
Yeah, that's right. I'm going to be presenting. I don't know what I'm presenting yet, but it's going to be really nice to get out of the house.
All right. Well, we'll be tuning in tonight for Weakest Link, 2 episodes. This week. Nice bonus episode.
Right. Yeah. And the night of the debate. Nice bonus episode.
Either an appetizer or a dessert, depending on what.
Exactly. Exactly. Very good.
All right. Thank you so much, Jane. And we'll talk to you next time, and appreciate you as always.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.